All right, folks, let's get started. Today we are going to do Ooblek 3. I say 3 ways. Boom, chicka, 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 boom. I said boom, chicka, rocka, chicka, boom. Hey, now that we got Facebook going, let's do it. A boom, a chicka, chicka, boom. Know that I know some of y'all didn't do it. Know that I know. I know who did it. I know who came to play. I know who came to just sit down. I know. I can tell the difference. Somebody over here on Facebook, give me a yell and let me know that you can hear me. All right? Let me know that you can hear me. Let me know that you know what's going on and that you're here and ready to have a good old time with me. Some science fun. You need a couple of things today. Well, more than a couple of things. Big old tray of stuff today. But they're all household items. Okay? You definitely need cornstarch, food coloring, and water. Those are your base materials for Ooblek. But today, what I've decided to do is to be a little ridiculous. Yes, I admitted it. I said it. A little ridiculous, and kind of look into and explore the fun of what it would be like, right, to do Ooblek in several different ways, right? So one of the ways is that we're going to add a little shaving cream, some shaving cream, to one of our sets of Ooblek. Our other one, we're going to add a little bit of, what's this stuff? This stuff, huh? What's this? What's this, y'all? What's this? Y'all know what this is, okay? Some conditioner, all right, to see Twitter, to see how it performs, to see whether or not it makes a difference or whether it just is just same plain old Ooblek. Now, you and I both know that it should be different, right? Like, right? Yeah. I mean, it should change what's happening, right? If I'm adding some additional chemicals to it, it should make the compound adjust in some kind of way based on the properties of my added thing, right? So we know that when we add shaving cream to things, shaving cream to like slime, what does shaving cream do when we add it to slime? We know that when we add conditioner to stuff, it does a little something, right? And so we're going to see what adding these two compounds to our Ooblek. Yeah, Instagram is just not being nice to us today. It's like not even close. Actually, sad face. Ooh, makes it fluffy. Yes, it does. Okay, so I have somebody over here telling us participating. Hello, y'all can all participate. You know that, right? You can comment, participate. Okay. Because yes, Science Club is a participatory thing. Okay, even online. Actually, especially online. Because why not? Yes. So the shaving cream is going to make it puffy or fluffy or whatever, lighter. Okay. Whereas the conditioner might make it softer or smoother, right? Because that's what conditioner is supposed to do. Now, Instagram, I am going to discard and we're going to try it again. Okay. I'm really not sure why Facebook would be working and Instagram would be giving me an attitude. I don't know. Don't know, but am I going to try it again? Yes, I am, because that's what scientists do. We keep going. Ooh, okay. So I've got a theory that maybe the conditioner might make it feel kind of like stretchy, similar to what happened when we made our one of the compounds like a couple of weeks back, right? See, y'all are paying attention. I like it when students pay attention. Yes. And give their input, right? Because it's cool. It's fun. It's amazing. Okay. Now to the science. Okay. And so what we need to do, I'm going to go head on and hop right in and get to tilting. People get to tilting. All right. So right now, if you're on Facebook, okay, Instagram, we're still trying to get you set up, honey, child. You should see my tutorials, and you probably see my hot mess that I've got going over there. But really, frankly, just because of how my recording studio is, yes, I said that sarcastically. My recording studio is there's just but so many places I can put stuff. Hello, it's New York, folks. Y'all know. All right, so let's go ahead and run down our materials and get to mixing and get to making a mess. You'll notice I've got some trays. Believe it or not, these are from Party City, my little trays here, the foil part. And these are the tops that you would normally use for your foil pan, okay? But I've been using them for science projects because it just works really well, okay? So we'll be using this little tray to help us manage our materials and to also let me, right, instead of putting it on my table, because I know some of y'all have been nervous for me for putting all of these compounds and stuff on my table. So for y'all, I have something else. Okay. So my little metal tray, like I said, I'm doing metallic food coloring today, a little metallic. Hey, hello, Vontre over here. Von, wait a minute. I feel like I'm saying your Instagram handle wrong. My sincere apologies. Okay, so I've got my little tray. I have metallic food coloring. Yes, I'm ridiculous. So metallic food coloring. I've got conditioner, like I said. These are my add-ins. I have shaving cream. Okay. 3 cups because we are doing Ooblek 3 rays. So we need 3 different chambers reaction, okay? And then another base material of my Ooblek is cornstarch. And y'all know how I feel about this particular brand. It's easy to get down the street. And I have several spoons. I've got a spoon for... See, are you laughing at me? I got somebody over here on Instagram laughing at me. Go head on and laugh because you know I'm ridiculous. Okay? So I've got multiple spoons because I want to be able to have 1 spoon per sample as well as a spoon for my cornstarch. And of course, some skizzers because I need to open my box of cornstarch. Like I said, let's roll. Oh, and a marker. Because we're scientists and we need to be able to label all of our samples. So we're going to do a cool, 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 cool. All right, 3 different labeled cups. We have our base substance inside of each cup. Now, the thing about Ooblek, for those of you who do not know or may need a refresher, Ooblek is really fun to play with. It's one of the items that we during like summer science club, we sit and play with this for a good hour. Each child gets to make their own batch and play with it for an hour. So this is one of the things that we call actually a science play thing, right? And one of the tenets of Mr. Science Club is fun, okay? And so we use Ooblek to allow our students to have a little bit of fun during their Science Club day, all right? And the thing with Ooblek is that when you squeeze it, it acts like a solid, and when you let it go, it will flow like a liquid. So it's something called non-Newtonian fluid. It does not act the way a fluid should act. When you put pressure, for example, y'all know I got the soundtrack going by, okay? Let's let it pass and then I'll keep going. All right, yes. So when you put a regular fluid, a regular liquid, for example, milk, right? So if you have milk in your hand and try to squeeze it, that milk is not going to all of a sudden act like a solid. That milk will continue to act like a liquid and actually ooze out of your hand faster, right? And so that's how non-Newtonian fluids are. They act like a solid when you squeeze, also known as add pressure to them. Okay? Now, next thing I'm going to do is go ahead and add my metallic. I told you we're being a little different today. My metallic food coloring. So I'm going to actually do 3 drops just because I do want it to be pretty well pigmented. 2, 3. And again, the same thing inside of each cup. 1, 2, 3, because the only thing I'm altering is my add-in. Okay? 1, 2, 3. Like I said, this is one of our science fun projects, but that does not mean that it's not going to be done in a scientific manner, right? That we're not going to do as close to a true controlled scientific experiment as possible. All right, our ratios are kind of ballpark. It's not a perfect situation because sometimes the cornstarch already has some water inside of it, okay? And so we don't necessarily get like a perfect 2-to-1 situation when it comes to the Ooblek, okay? So yeah, the other thing that I'm going to do, actually, I'm going to put in my add-ins first. Okay, this is going to be a little odd, but just work with me. All right, I'm going to put in my add-in. There's my shaving cream there. And you're thinking to yourself, Miss Steph, that is going to make a giant mess, and it's going to be all over the thing. It's not going to just be calm, people. Just be calm. Okay, it's going to be fine. All right, here's my add-in. Now, why am I doing my add-in before the water? Why aren't I just doing water and then my add-in? Do y'all know? Do y'all know? Because these things add some moisture. Okay? These 2 substances do have water contained inside of them. So if I have 2, if I do my water first and I make up my Ooblek and then try to do my add-ins afterwards, I'm not going to get the Ooblek. Okay? I'll get something else inside. All right, so my first thing, okay, and I'm just freestyling it because, frankly, I've been making Ooblek for years. Okay, so I know kind of where to start from. So as you can see, move this here, these here, okay? I'm going to tilt this so that both cameras can see. I'm starting to get Ooblek already, right? So one of the things that happens with Ooblek, so there's different things that let me know that it's behaving like a non-Newtonian compound just by stirring it, okay? So when it's difficult to stir, okay, that lets me know it's starting to combine together my cornstarch and water to form this substance that's really cool and really exciting, okay? Right? And also that kind of the way that it pours, right? You see how it kind of is lumpy and then kind of smooth. I mean, it looks like it's amazing. And you notice how my stirring my stirring it actually helps it really begin to form. Okay? Ooblek. All right. This is the original. My original. You notice how I could stir it a bit better and all that type of stuff. But when you look at it, it looks like it's just kind of like strawberry milk, basically. And then when I stirring it, adding pressure, push or squeeze to it, lets me notice that it's now some other type of compound. I'm gonna put this down on my other tray because we're going to do some other tests with it. All right. And now we've got our what should, based on what the twin said, should come out as fluffy sample, right? This is our shaving cream sample. I did a squeeze of shaving cream. I've got cornstarch in there, and I've got my metallic red food coloring. Okay? Now, and it was spread big once I'm teaching this to be patient to very hurt and what happens we have on ourselves. So this time also man you could have full red motion about nickel phone. So it's okay, so it's and it's a safety. Right, so it's what's the best one. We're going to my period. Starts didn't want I don't hear it so I can try to make something like that's me water the time comes me times feet things me at the water. That's exactly what we're to work. Again, you make it start at self-create pretty. They make me break. We learn from the challenge. We learn from the challenge. All right, now I'm going to put that again down to the side. We will compare all three of them on a tray in a bit. Now, we know that these three components actually make what? Conditioner, food coloring, and cornstarch. We know we'll make a Play-Doh, right? We know we'll make a type of Play-Doh. Okay? Or kind of like a slime. Like there's all kinds of different things that this particular thing can make. But now I'm going to add some water to it. Again, notice just a little bit of water. I'm not adding as much water as I added with my original stuff, right? Okay, so you see how it's going to go through a Play-Doh stage almost. And again, notice how my food coloring really does not mix in as quickly and become as present and dominant as it did with the original. Step, right? Because that's how we do here. Right? That's what we do. We mix things up and then we test. All right, so guys, like I told y'all I had different trays, right? Plenty of different trays. Okay. And another thing about our different substances, right? Different mixtures is that your ratios also shift. The ratios also end up shifting when you add in an additional compound. There we go. So this particular one with the shaving cream actually takes more water than you would think. And it takes actually quite a bit of patience. You would think with the shaving cream that it would come together very quickly, right? When we make, our puff paint, it comes together in like 2 seconds. But with this, it takes a while because your cornstarch has to dissolve, rather distribute itself. You see how this is now giving me kind of melted ice cream kind of thing? I know, a lot of food analogies today, but it helps, right? Okay. Okay, so let's put these down on our tray and see what happens. Okay. Meta and the twins, are y'all still there? All right, so we've got our original. So first of all, the food coloring is significantly distributed better and is much more present. Okay. And my original really is clear, classic Ooblek. Classic Ooblek. You see that pour? That's, and I put it on the tray and it looks like I've just got some, like I said, kind of strawberry milk situation. Okay. Y'all see that? But when I touch it, instead of it getting on my hand, if I touch fast enough, it's going to, hey, yay! If I touch it quickly enough, it actually will not stick to my finger. Okay? Again, Ooblek test, one finger. Okay? Now, let's pour down our shaving cream melted ice cream thing. Right? Notice how that completely different pour. Completely different pour. Okay? And if I touch this, what do y'all think is going to happen? What do y'all think is going to happen? Yeah? So it's transfer, but not near as much as you really would expect. If this was just regular like shaving cream, remember our puff paint would completely stick to my hand. I'd get like a lot of transfer. Okay, so that cornstarch component really makes a difference already then. And so now our conditioner Ooblek wannabe, right? Really looks more like icing. Okay? And you can tell this one most likely is going to perform the least like Ooblek. Just by looking at it, by the way it's stirred and all that type of stuff. So let's see what happens when I do my one finger test. Right? You see, it's completely sticking to my hand. Okay? That's not Ooblek. If I put this in my hand and squeeze it, this is just going to ooze. Let's go. All right, so first of all, we all know, right? When I put my spoon in, if it's Ooblek or behaving a lot like Ooblek, it will be hard for me to stir, right? Because it acts most like a solid when I add pressure. It acts most like liquid when I let it go. So it's giving me that part, right? Well, let's find out. Oh, down the bottom, it's hard to stir. Let's lift up and find out what happens. Okay, stirring. Let's find out which of the three it will behave the most like. Okay. Stirring. This is what science should be like for your children, right? For those adults watching and trying to get ideas of activities to do with your little ones at home, it should be like this. You notice how we're just having a good old time? You notice how things are coming out differently than we expect, and it's fine for us because we learn from it. We're learning from the experience, we're trying things, and we still did, something similar, not exactly like, but something very similar to a controlled experiment. Okay. We're on Facebook, they're saying if you mix non-stick Ooblek with sticky Ooblek, you're going to get the stick. All right, let's find out. Again, we're scientists. We predict things based on our previous knowledge, right? A hypothesis is not just a guess. A lot of times children are told that a hypothesis is a guess. In actuality, it's a prediction, which is different from a guess. And I might be splitting hairs here, but it's a thing, okay? So let's find out what happens. Whoa, very little stick, just a little bit of stick. Just a little bit of stick, okay? Right? So I'm touching it and I'm getting a little bit of an impression of my finger, but just very, very little. Okay? Let's find out what happens when I pour it in my hand, see if it'll pass the other Ooblek test. And if I put it in my hand, if I'm going to get something that's going to be, see, this looks really soupy. Looks really soupy. So this one is actually great to do this with. Let's find out. Right? See? I'm squeezing it, so it's giving me a little pushback, but not a lot. Right? And notice how it's not really oozing like out of my hand like you would think. But when I release the pressure, it is going to completely ooze. So yeah, so we got something that was a mix of sticky Ooblek, right? And then now if I do this, I'm actually able to get it similar to slime, get it to start to kind of stick to itself and come off of my hand. Today we made Ooblek, or rather attempted to make Ooblek in 3 different ways. We wanted to know if adding shaving cream or conditioner would change how the Ooblek behaved significantly enough to make it no longer Ooblek and to make it something else. Okay? And we found out the shaving cream one kind of sort of will still act a bit like Ooblek, but conditioner, absolutely not. Conditioner really significantly changes the compound. So please feel free to share this with other folks. Make sure you're supporting us as we go along into our Breaking Barriers year-end campaign. Please like, comment, share, subscribe. Okay. Yeah, follow us, all that good stuff. Feel free to send me an email if you have any other questions. I have a question over on Facebook about whether or not it comes off easily, right? So this is just me and a paper towel. Okay, so you can imagine if I do a quick rinse, it'll be gone. Okay, the parts that don't wash off easily, like I mentioned earlier, is the pigment. Right, so depending on what kind of food coloring you use, that will impact whether or not you have kind of a stain on your hand. And you'll notice it will only be the pigment residue, the food coloring residue. It's not going to be a residue from the other ingredients, the other materials we used. All right, so yeah, thank you so much for watching. Instagram, I'm going to say goodbye to you first. Thank you for watching Saturday Science with Miss Steph. Ooblek 3 ways. Folks, we really need your support so that we can continue to make these educational videos and to make them accessible to you and your community for free. It's not free to us, but we want it to be free for you. For that to happen, we absolutely need your support and the support of others around you. So go ahead and like, share, subscribe, and definitely donate down through the link that will be in the description box below. Have an awesome day.